What is going on, ladies and genitals? YOTESLAYA here, bringing you episode 2 of my map that I don't know the name of still. Now, I'm doing this commentary right after I did episode 1, and I know I said in episode 1 that I'd put the name of the map in the title, all that good stuff, so it should be there. Maybe I need to look it up before I do another commentary, but I like to do these back to back to back to back to back, just so I have them all ready and stuff like that. Yes, this is right after commentary 1. This is commentary 2, episode 2. Sorry, I don't know the name of the map. But I did, while episode 1 was rendering, I did go warming up some beefaroni in the microwave, and it is making my mouth water. So if I like slobber and, you hear all this in the microwave, I apologize. It's the beefaroni's fault, I promise. Yes, I know. You're like, dude, I thought I knew you was fat, Yodi. Never said I wasn't fat, homie. I'm eating some beefaroni. Get off my sack, would you? Alright, now that that's out of the way, and all that good stuff is out of the way, and all, you guys are leaving in the comments that I'm fat and I'm still eating stuff. When I'm not really fat, but that seems to be the general consensus between all my trolls is that I'm like a huge fat redneck. Yes, I know I'm a redneck. Not sure where you're getting the fat part. I don't know. A lot of people said I sound like a huge black dude. And, when I did my little midget commentary, because I really am a Hispanic midget. And a lot of people was like, dude, when I did that commentary, they're like, man, I could have swore you were a big black dude. No, I'm not. I'm just a Hispanic midget. I do sound intimidating, I will admit, but no, I'm not like a huge black dude or anything like that. But get on with episode 2. You can see there I finally opened up this door, and we're going to kind of go discover some things. And right here, this was horse shat. I tried to buy the door. Well, maybe it's not right there. I thought it was. Yeah, it is right there. See, I tried to buy the door, and I'm like, what the French toast? I accidentally bought Betty's. And I was kind of disappointed at that part because I don't like wasting money on stuff that I don't really need. And in that case, I didn't really need the Betty's. They come, maybe they help me out here in a little bit, but you can see there is a pack-a-punch there, and I opened this door, I hit this switch, and I heard something. I don't know what it did. It sounded like a door opening, but to be honest, I have no idea what it did. You can see here I'm kind of looking around for it, and I thought maybe it was the ladder. I tried to jump up there, nothing happens. If you know what that switch did, leave in the comments, because I did hear something. And I think it sounded like a door opening, but I'm not really sure. But, this map was a lot of fun to play. I hope you guys are enjoying watching and stuff like that as I kind of just discover things and stuff like that. I really like the maps with the Bible ending, only for this fact right here. And this is kind of creepy right here. I buy this Thompson. I'm like, hell yeah. Thompson, I don't know if I buy it right here. This door doesn't open. But I buy this Thompson, and it has a silencer on it. I've never seen that in zombies before. Yeah, I buy it right here, and I noticed the silencer right there, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? It's got a silencer on it. Well, this is my theory on the reason this Thompson has a silencer on it. And you'll notice right away I discover that the silenced Thompson doesn't do shit to zombies, okay? And this is my theory on why there's a silencer on this Thompson. Okay, through multiplayer, and sorry for the frame rate lag, guys. In episode 1 I told you I got a new PC, so this is the last time you're going to experience this crappy PC quality on my videos. But back to the Thompson. When you play multiplayer and you put a Thompson on the, or you put a silencer on the Thompson, it decreases the, the damage. So that is my theory. I think that because it's got like that room with the teddy bear on the wall with all that weird ass writings and stuff. I think the maker of this map actually put the silenced Thompson in the map as like a point builder. Right here you can see the MP40 just gets her done and just destroys the zombies, okay? Here in a minute I actually break out the silenced Thompson, and it doesn't really do much. So that's my theory, is they put the silenced Thompson in there just as a points builder. Right here obviously it's going to kill him because there's an insta-kill. But you'll see as it pans out that it really doesn't do anything. And so I just use it the entire time, and I rack up like 10,000 points around. So I get out of this, or I get towards the ending, to the end of it, pretty easy, only because of this gun. So if you play this map, you may want to get the silenced Thompson, because it really would help you build up points. I think the ending costs like 40,000. I was almost blowing myself up with the G-nade right there. I think the ending costs like 40,000 or something like that. I just seen a map earlier today. The Bible ending was 75,000 points. Unfortunately, I did try to play it. It was like 72 or 75,000. I didn't get to the end. I just seen screenshots. I tried to play the map, and on dogs, the frame rate was just so ridiculous that I died on round 16, so I ain't going to try that map again until I get my new PC, and then it's just going to be easy mode from there. I'm not going to lie. When I get this new PC, these custom zombie maps ain't going to know what hit them. They're going to get zombie slayed for days, for real, and I'm going to be posting it on YouTube in 1080p for all you sexy zombie slayed subscribers of mine. So it's pretty awesome. But right here, I wasn't really sure what was going on. There's the power finally. STG is on the wall, but it says you got to find the pad, and I'm like, well, where in the French toast is the other pad? Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll find out later in the episodes. Well, actually, I'll tell you. And later in the episode, I think we do figure it out. Maybe not this part or like this episode, but eventually we do. You can see there all the weird writing about the teddy bear and stuff, giving me creeps, making me turn around thinking Samantha's standing right behind me. You know, I've been talking about all these like haunted stories, and I've been watching all this stuff leading up to Halloween. Everything on TV right now is like ghost stories and like paranormal activity and stuff. And I started thinking about things and wondering if I've ever experienced anything like out of the ordinary, and I really can't recall any experience other than one time. And I'll just go ahead and I'll share this experience now. I don't know if I've ever talked about it in a commentary before. I'd never experienced anything after this, and I had never experienced anything prior to this. They say that the human mind, you hear all these little kids and stuff talk about how they see ghosts and stuff like that, and us as parents and as adults, we're kind of like, yeah, you're having a nightmare. Well, speaking on myself, I have not had a nightmare where I visually seen somebody and where I was that terrified since I was a little kid, okay? And they say that the human mind, as it grows older and matures, it just naturally blocks those, premonitions out of your mind to where you don't actually acknowledge them. Your mind just says it's not real, and you believe it's not real, so you don't acknowledge that. Now, I was thinking about this a little bit ago, and I was like, man, you know what? I've never really had a nightmare where I visually see it. I remember nightmares, one in particular, where I seen this little bitty boy at the foot of my bed, and it was when I lived on this. It was 25th Street. I know you guys don't know where that is, but I remember the house vividly. I remember my room. I remember the hall light on when I woke up, and I remember seeing the little boy at the end of my bed. The next day, my mom thought that it was just a haunting from Child's Play, Chucky and stuff like that. But I've never really experienced any visually nightmares since I was a little kid. So is that because we are, my mind is mature now to where I don't see that? Because, the little kids are the ones who always see these spirits, and they play with their quote-unquote imaginary friends. So it's something to think about. Are we just that mature? Our mind is that mature, and that we don't see it anymore, and these little kids still are. But, to my only experience that I can honestly say that I do believe something happened, and it's pretty freaky. Okay, I was with this girl. Her name was Courtney. If you guys have followed my commentaries, she's the one that went on to model for Maybelline and all these makeup companies. Chick was gorgeous, man. Like, drop dead gorgeous. Anybody that's watching this that knows her, because I got buddies that I've met her personally when we were together, leave in the comments how sexy she was, because she's probably the sexiest chick I've ever dated. So anyways, I was with Courtney, and when we first started getting together, she lived with her grandma and grandpa. I'm not really sure why she did, because her mom lived in the same town, but she lived with her grandma and grandpa. And her mom just lived like 4 blocks away, but Courtney lived with her grandma and grandpa for some reason. But anyways, I go over to meet her grandma and grandpa one night, and her grandma cannot stand me. You know what it's like? She would talk to me, she would say hi when I came, but she wouldn't look at me, and she just never smiled or laughed when I was around. And I always felt like she did not like me, and I'm not really sure why. Okay. And this continued for a few months, the whole time we were together. Well, her grandma and grandpa go to a family vacation, or like, how the grandparents do. I know people who live in Florida, they don't, but like people from around here, here's that teleporter, by the way, to link the teleporters right behind that thing. But people around here, like the old folks, the like old farts, kind of like your grandma and grandpa's. Whenever it's cold out, like in the winter, they go to Florida to like get away, and just for the winter. Well, her grandma and grandpa they go to Florida for the winter, you know, and stuff like that. Well, being a high school kid, you know, we're banging everywhere. Like, we go to Walmart, we're stopping on the way home, parking in, like, some old off-road, just banging for days. Having sex for days, if you don't know what I meant by banging. You know, we're like fucking rabbits, dude, just banging everywhere. Like, I don't know, we'll just be sitting there watching, like, Price is Right at 11 in the morning. Hey, you want to shag? Yeah, let's shag. And we're doing it. Well, you know how it is. It's always kind of... I don't know why. You know, people always want to, like, get it on in her parents' beds and, you know, like, just weird places, you know, on the washer and dryer. I mean, I know what the washer and dryer is, but there's, like, that weird thing where people always want to, like, shag in the bed, like your mom's bed. Hey, dude, let's go do it in your mom's bed. You know, something like that. Well, I don't know. I was like, hey, you know, we were sitting in there. Her grandma and grandpa had, like, their own chairs. Okay. And one night, we're banging. We're going from room to room, floor to floor. And I'm like, hey, let's get in your grandma's chair. Don't know why. Like, I sit down in her grandma's chair. She just gets on top of me, does her thing, and that's it. Well, I was already graduated from school. She was still a senior in high school. She lived with her grandma and grandpa, and her grandma and grandpa weren't out. They were in Florida. Well, her grandma, I forgot. I probably should have added this before. Her grandma died when they were in Florida. Like, just a freak accident in the middle of the night. She, like, died. Like, I don't know, old people just die like that. But, like, she had no health issues going and stuff like that. This was a month before we decided to shag in her grandma's chair, okay? So we get it going. Her grandma's passed away. You know, it was real sad. I'm glad that I was there to comfort Courtney in that time because she took it really hard. And, you know, I could feel her pain, and I was there. You know, I was that shoulder to cry on and everything. But, you know, like a month later, we're shagging in her grandma's chair. And I'm, you know, not really thinking anything of it. You know, we get done and all. I go to bed. Well, like I said, she was still a senior in high school, and I had graduated. So she had school the next day, and I was just going to stay there and get up to go to work the next morning at 11. Well, her grandpa was still in Florida because it was the same winter that they, you know, her grandma passed away and stuff, and he still had not came home from Florida and all that stuff. So we go to bed, you know, and I sleep on the couch, and actually I think we both slept on the couch because we usually just fell asleep watching TV. Well, we're sleeping, you know. She gets up, goes to school. Actually, I take that back. We didn't sleep in the bed. She gets up, go to school, and then I go sleep on the couch just because I'm going to go to sleep for a couple more hours and then get up to go to work at 11. Well, I'm sitting there laying, and I swear to God, I'm asleep on the couch, you know, and I don't recall having any kind of dream or anything, but I wake up feeling like I cannot breathe, like feeling like I wake up gasping for air. And when I woke up and I opened my eyes, I seen her grandma take her hands off of my face and just raise up, you know, because she's bent over at the couch. Her hands come off my face, and she just raises up, turns to the right, and then she's gone. Okay, I don't know if it was her grandma trying to, like, suffocate me or what, but I swear to you, when I woke up, I seen her grandma's face. Her hands come off of my face, and she rose up and then disappeared. Now, I told Courtney about this, and she was freaking out. And I'll tell you right now, I told Courtney, I was like, no, from now on, if I stay at your fucking house, when you get up to go to work, my ass is going with you. I'm not sleeping on your fucking couch anymore. I'm probably not even going to sleep here, but, you know, I don't know. It was pretty fucking crazy. That's the only time I've ever experienced ghosts. You know, so leave in the comments if you guys ever did. I still plan on doing that ghost story thing till Halloween. But as usual, remember to rate and subscribe, Yodi. Signing out.